Alright, so here's another switch. Alright, so I went from recording in Kendrick's basement to recording in Ayub's closet to then recording in Ayub's official studio to branching out and try to work with other producers, not working out. Then I had to go back to Ayub, and then I was out of high school at the time, so I'm like, man, I need a job, and jobs weren't really hiring, so I went to the military. Before I went to the military, I threw away all my raps. I know, dumb choice, right? I threw away everything I was working on, all the stuff I've written and didn't record. And then I ended up coming back out of the military, and then getting a job. And at that job, here's where everything turns around. Here's the big comeback. So at that job, again, every time I leave or take a break and come back, I don't want anybody to know that I rap. Like, I always try to leave that behind me. But it never happens. So, I mean, I ain't complaining. I love it, So, so one day, lo and behold, lucky me, right? I start rapping. And this little, short, Irish white girl was like, wow, I really like the way you rap. And I know this guy Ian, who does music too, and he records. I'm gonna put a word in for you and see if he wants to work with you. Fast forward. I'll get into that later. I ended up working with him. And like this part of the story really made me hungry for music again. It made me so much grittier. Like at first I thought I was polished because I was working with Ayub, who had the best equipment, who could mix down, who could do everything that needed to be done. Like I had the essential one-stop shop. Then I stopped rapping, come back, and working with Ian. Like he didn't have the best equipment, but he had something to work with. And then on top of all that, it was in his studio. So I went from basement, closet, official studio, stopped rapping, took a break, came back to rapping, working at a job, and then back into a basement. So I'm like, damn, dog, I gotta start all over again. It made me start thinking. I say, man, maybe I'm not the nicest rapper out, right? Maybe I'm not. But I know one thing though. If it wasn't for the fans, if it wasn't for people who love music, I wouldn't be able to do music. So I named that first CD working with Ian, my year after high school, I named that CD We Thank You. And it was like the concept of that CD was real personal to me. Like, yo, I owe this to you guys. I owe a thank you to say thank you for listening to my CDs. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for telling me that I needed to work on this, work on that. So that's the backstory to We Thank You. Alright.